Hi everyone, Chels Daft here. Welcome to the channel and to the next Chelsea news bulletin here on Chels Daft. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for taking a look. If you've never seen one of my videos before, just have a look, wait a little bit longer. Hopefully you might enjoy the content. We've got content talking about the Chelsea tactics, talking about the title race and Chelsea being in it. We're going to look at Kai Havertz criticism and words from Frank Lampard. Also, the big news today, the Champions League draw, Atletico Madrid, and what people are saying and what their initial thoughts and feelings are. And then we're going to look forward to the game tomorrow. Amazon Prime, Wolves, kickoff early, 6 p.m. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So guys, if you've seen my channel over the weekend, you would have seen my live commentary of the Everton v Chelsea game and the problems that I could see in game and the solutions I was trying to come up with. Yesterday, I put a video up on the channel talking tactics and talking about the fact that if we haven't got wingers available, then I personally think we should switch to a diamond 4-4-2. Stick Timo Werner up front next to the striker, whether it's Giroud or Tammy Abraham. Play Kai Havertz inside as a number 10 behind the two strikers with the diamond midfield. I think that's what's going to suit us better. It's what's going to give us more creativity. And that's what I thought. But Frank Lampard's been talking today and he's emphatic when he talks about the tactics. And he basically is urging the Chelsea fans to understand that it was not the formation that didn't work or we didn't get right at Everton. It was the way the players executed it. And that's a fair point, I guess. The problem that I see and the problem that I think all of us see is the fact that if you're going to play Timo Werner on the left and Kai Havertz on the right, Havertz is always going to come back on his left foot and come back inside. Werner favours, I mean, he's 2-footed. There's an argument that he favours his left foot, but he'll give you a bit more flexibility, Werner. But Havertz won't. And I think that's what people were seeing. The creativity just wasn't non-existent. And I think the way Everton played as well stifled us. We have to say that and acknowledge it. And, I mean, Lampard basically said we can't make the excuse of having no wingers available. We've got the players capable of playing in those areas. I mean, are they? Werner's capable of playing that area, but I don't think Kai Havertz is, really. So, I sort of go against what Frank's saying there, and I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. Do you agree with him or do you have a different opinion? Also added that Chelsea didn't move the ball quick enough, and that's something we can all agree. It's something that we always talk about, and it's something the fact that we're at our best when we move it forward incisively and quickly. He said that the levels dropped and we have to find ways to get around it when teams sit and play quite defensive like Tottenham did and like Everton did. We've got to find solutions. And I just wonder if the message is sort of being hit home to the players, and if they can find a solution tomorrow against Wolves. More on Wolves in the team news, some exciting team news, but more on that later in the video. But it was clear we were well below par. We weren't playing quick enough. I personally think the tactic didn't work and we should have switched to the 4-diamond-2. What do you guys think? One thing to take from the game, from the post-match interview from Frank Lampard after the defeat to Everton, Frank made it clear that the title talk is nonsense and people need to stop doing it. And that was the message that he got across. He basically said, it's a long season and people talk about us winning the league and we got the best squad. It's ridiculous. You look at the teams that have won the league over the past couple of seasons and they've got strikers scoring 30, 40 goals in league and Champions League winners. You know, teams full of them. And Chelsea haven't got that. We got a few, but we haven't got that many. And we got young players coming through. So Frank was quick to play down any talk of having the best squad in the Premier League, any talk of the title like running and the title race, and just to urge the fans just to take it game by game. And we're just trying to build momentum game by game to see where it takes us. But title talk and talk of the strongest squad in the league, Frank tried to distance himself from that. How do you feel about that? Do you agree with him as far as the title goes and the squad goes? Or have you got a different opinion? Post your comments, comment section. As I mentioned earlier, when we were talking the tactics and what Frank said after the game and what he said today, there's obviously talk of Kai Havertz and people saying playing him out of position. I'm saying he should be as a number 10 in the diamond. but he was playing wide, and Frank believes he can still do a job there. Kai was criticised quite a bit for his performance in the game. He couldn't get involved. I mean, Werner couldn't get involved either. But Frank has been quick to defend Kai Havertz today. And he's basically saying, look, in the modern day, there's going to be a lot of criticism for players, and especially for players of clubs that lose a game. Now, that's what we've seen. Social media, the Chelsea social media, just goes crazy when there's a draw or there's a defeat. So take it with a pinch of salt. But it's obvious that there was some criticism for Kai Havertz. Frank's asking for patience with Havertz. He said that we should be patient with him because he's a top quality talent who's come into this league. And we've got to be patient, particularly with young players playing the speed of the Premier League. But he did reiterate that he can play in any position across the front three and has played on the right countless times before he played for us. He's right. Of course he's right when it comes to giving players time. Some players that arrive in the Premier League, foreign players, take to the league easily and take it by storm and make a real impact. And I mean, it's a big ask to ask players to do that consistently over the course of a season. There's going to be highs and lows and good performances and bad ones. So, but he's right. And the message is we need to give people like Kai Havertz some time. And let's just be honest, right here, right now, when everyone's fit for selection, everyone, Havertz doesn't get in the team. Because at the moment in the 4-3-3, it's Conte, Kovacic, Mount. It's then Pulisic, Ziyech and Werner for me. Havertz is not in the starting 11. I mean, it makes you think, doesn't it, really? So let's just give the guy a bit of time. Hopefully he can deliver a better performance tomorrow. That's if he starts. More on that in just a second. What do you think of Kai Havertz and the criticism and the fact that Frank Lampard's asking for time? Post your comments, comment section. So guys, thanks for watching the video to this point so far. Drop a like on the video for me. There's 2 more items to feature, and the first up is the Champions League draw today. Sitting watching the draw, it goes on. They waffle on for ages. It just goes on and on and on. And Chelsea have been drawn against Atletico Madrid, with Atletico at home the first leg, Chelsea at home the second. Overall, there's been some decent draws. There's been some easy looking like kind of draws. The big one is PSG Barcelona, obviously. But Atletico's going to prove a tough test for Chelsea, and the initial reaction on social media seemed to be quite negative and seemed to be quite, oh, you know, this is typical, blah, blah, blah. When you're in this stage of the competition, you're going to be playing good teams, teams that have won the group or come second and deserve to be there because they're a good side. If you're going to win the Champions League, from this point further forward, it doesn't matter who you play when, because you're going to need to beat the best teams. Atletico are up there as one of the best. We need to do a job and beat them. Of course, we're going to be seeing our old friend Diego Costa. Hopefully, he can't have a real impact against us. That's the big talking point. Diego Costa coming back to face Chelsea. We have to wait and see. First time since he left us. We have to wait and see what's going to happen, if he's going to be playing. But Frank Lampard's been talking about it as well. He basically said, I think you can agree, and people will say it's the toughest draw that you can get when you go on the current form, how they're doing La Liga, their experience, the manager, the quality of the team and the players. On the other hand, all draws are difficult in the Champions League. We have to believe in ourselves, and when the game comes around, you have to try and beat these sort of teams if you're going to win the Champions League. So it is what it is. Reiterating exactly what I was just been saying. When you're at this point, knockout round, you've got to beat anybody that's put in front of you. It doesn't matter if it's someone like Mönchengladbach, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Lazio. Doesn't matter. We've got to get the job done. Those games are coming up end of February and then beginning of March. We look forward to it. The main thing is we're in it. Let's be positive. What do you think about the draw? What do you think about our chances? A lot could happen between now and then. But that's the Champions League draw. Finally, it's Wolves tomorrow. And remember, guys, it's the early kickoff, 6 p.m. on Amazon Prime. So if you want to watch the game, if you've got a Prime subscription, you can. If you haven't, sign up for a free trial. You can then watch the game. If not, I'll be doing my live commentary as normal, talking you through the game as it happens for those of you who can't see it. The big team news and the big update today is Christian Pulisic. Now, Frank Lampard has said that they couldn't risk him against Everton on the weekend, but he did train back at Cobham when Chelsea were taking on Everton that day, and he felt better. Said he's in the squad for the game tomorrow, but it's yet to be decided if he's going to start or not. But it is positive news from this particular weekend just gone. Pulisic is in the squad, and I think based on how we played and the lack of creativity, there's going to be a real inclination from Frank to play him because we need that spark up front. Werner one side, Pulisic the other is a better option than Werner one side, Havertz the other, for me. And we'll see what happens. But Pulisic is back in the squad, which is good. He's been talking about the fact that Chelsea need to bounce back quickly from the performance against Everton and get another good performance to start another run again, hopefully. But as I say, we're all looking for Chelsea to bounce back. I think there might be one or two changes in the team, Pulisic being one of them. We saw what Tammy Abraham did against the Wolves backline last season. I think the two changes will be Havertz and Giroud out, Tammy and Christian Pulisic in. What do you guys think about the Wolves game tomorrow? What do you think about Pulisic being back? Would you start him? And would you start Tammy up top rather than Olivier Giroud? Post your comments, comment section below. So guys, that's it from me in this video, the Chelsea news update with me, Chels Daft, on the channel. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on the video, then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, but also hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when my videos come out. Take a look around the channel for more content. Hopefully you've enjoyed it if this is your first time here. Have a good Monday. See you all tomorrow.